Okay, so if you have watched this series up until this point, you have gotten a pretty good understanding of many aspects of programming and also how to plan out your programs. Now it's time to get into the real world and write some actual code. But what kind of program? I can hear you asking me, and the answer is truly whatever you want. As I am sure you know by now, you can program just about anything that you have on your mind, anything from a simple game to a complex software. I have equipped you with the basics that are going to be used in pretty much any program you decide to write. But that doesn't mean every programming language is perfect for every application. Each language has its own strengths and weaknesses, and choosing the right one is very important for making it easier, or sometimes even just possible for you to write what you want. So that's what we are going to talk about now. Choosing the best language for what you want to accomplish. Now we talked earlier about low-level versus high-level programming languages. In case you forgot, let's do a quick refresher. Higher-level programming languages have a high level of abstraction from machine language, the series of zeros and ones from way back, while lower-level programming languages have a low level of abstraction from machine language. For example, block programming, where you drag and drop programming statements together, like 2D Legos, would be a high-level language, as it does not take a high level of understanding of the inner workings of a computer to program it. The theoretical highest level of a programming language would be if I could just write down what I wanted the computer to do in simple English and it would just work. But sadly, that doesn't exist yet. On the other side of the spectrum, the lowest level programming language would be just feeding zeros and ones into the computer at supersonic speed, which would be almost impossible and extremely absurd. So how do you choose what type of language is best for your needs? Well, it depends what you are trying to do. Sometimes you need very specialized languages to get done what you want. The world of computer science is vast and contains many fields, so trying to cover everything in one language would be impossible. This has led to the creation of thousands of different programming languages, each designed for a specific task. Right now, though, we will be covering some of the most popular languages and their uses. Now, if you are trying to design a website and delve into that career path, using HTML and CSS is probably your best bet. HTML is a markup language that is designed for writing the content of a website, while CSS is great for designing the style of the website. You interact with HTML code every day, and you can even see it right now. If you right click and hit Inspect Element, this will truly show you how complex HTML and CSS can be. Maybe it would be best for you to use a scripting language. A scripting language is a language that has many commands for you to use and that can also be run without needing to be compiled. Scripts can be faster to write than actual programs and tend to be easier to port between operating systems, allowing for cross-platform support. Scripts can also be used with websites, oftentimes adding to the overall user experience of the site. If you want to go into web design, this might also be a path for you to go down. Examples of scripting languages are Perl, PHP, Ajax, and JavaScript. If you just want to make general purpose program, you should probably use a general purpose language. General purpose languages, as they sound, have a wide range of applications. Usually, this should be your go-to languages. Examples of general purpose languages are Java, C++, and Python. They each have their own different benefits over one another. Java is best at developing games and interactive web pages. Python can act as a scripting language for web programming as well as writing applications and data analysis, and C++ is best for writing applications and system programs. They all have a variety of packages that you can import and use to achieve the functionality you need from them. While selecting the right general purpose language for your big projects is very important, for most of your programs, any of them will work. It really comes down to preference. Get to know each language and decide which one syntax rules you like best and find most comfortable. If you get to know one general purpose language really well and enjoy programming with it, you can apply it just about any of the programs you will plan on writing. Personally, I tend to use Java or C# for my projects, but a lot of people nowadays use Python for most of their projects. This is mostly not due to any functional difference between Python and any other general purpose language, though there are a decent amount, but it's mainly because many people find its syntax rules most convenient and easiest to write programs with. Overall, either you can consider the project you plan on doing and see which language boosts the most advantages for your purposes. You can simply become comfortable with a language and use it for most of the projects you decide to write.